Hey everybody, welcome back to All Things Johnny. Hey, before we go any further, click that like and subscribe button to turn that bell notification on. You're going to want to see some of these videos that I've got in the can coming out, and you're going to want to know when I upload that content, so please go ahead and do that. Why? Why is my garage and my workspaces always a freaking disaster? Every time I walk into it, you know, I have the best intentions to clean up my workspaces, and I do that, and everything's rocking, do a couple, but then it always becomes a catch-all and a great big garbage heap, and I'm tired of that. It's crazy. You know, quite apart from having children and having their bikes around and toys around, everybody tells me there'll be a day when I miss that. I'll leave that alone. But still, my workspaces are always looking like this, and they're cluttered and crap in the way all the time. It drives me bananas. So today I have a project, and that's fixing my chainsaw. You know, this winter we took down our old chicken coop, right? We built the new one, and we burned the old chicken coop in sections. And I used my chainsaw to cut it up, and my pull start broke broke. It had broken a couple of months previously, and we shortened it up, and so the throw was really short, and that was really annoying. And I knew that I was going to get around to redoing the pull start on it and replacing the rope inside of it. But I've never done that before. So we're going to kind of explore that together here, and for sure, if you've never done it before, this might be a worthwhile video watching. But anyway, the saw needs service because after the pull start broke in the fall, I chucked it underneath a tractor. One time, dead of winter, I came into the garage to grab something, and the chainsaw was literally frozen to the concrete floor because some snow had dripped off the tractor, water dripped off, and it froze. Like, I'm ashamed of how I've treated some of my equipment. It's unbelievable. So today, we're going to right that wrong. We're going to clean up the bench a little bit here. We're going to find the saw, which, can you see it? I don't know. Is it? Yeah, here it is. We're going to clean up the bench a little bit so we can work. We're going to replace that rope. We're going to lube everything up. We're going to change the oils in it, change the gasoline in it. We're going to fire it up. We're also going to sharpen the blade, right? And get everything going, because there's two jobs on the chicken coop that I need the chainsaw to do. It'll just make it so much easier if I have it. How do you get your life to a point where when you need a tool, you just reach out and grab it and it's ready to go? I don't know what the answer to that is. I see some of these guys like Wrangler Star, and they invest a lot of time in putting their tools away, and maybe that's just something that I need to get onto. In any case, let's clean up this bench. Let's get the chainsaw serviced and get it ready for the next couple of projects outside, including the cutting a couple holes into the chicken coop, which ought to be fun. You're going to want to see these next couple of videos. That's all I can say. You're going to want to see them. Here we go. Let's fix this mess. Holy shit. So this isn't really really clean by any one of my standards, but I'm going to be able to get this saw serviced here and move on to the next project. This is the problem. It's like you spend so much time cleaning up after yourself, and when am I going to learn that I don't get to the projects that I want to get to? And you know, like today, I bought a glass cutter off of Amazon because I have a few panes of glass, and one of them I want to use in the chicken coop, and I've never done it before, but I don't have any place to work because my bench is covered in garbage all the freaking time. So I don't know. That's something I'm going to ponder and think about, because it's like, and then you know, I'd be looking on friends' Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and I'll look at like drill organizers and all these things, and I don't even need it. I built one into the cabinet, and it's got a charging station and everything else. And a bunch of my tools are at my kids' school because I'm working on their theater, and like, you know, I'm thinking to myself, man, imagine when I bring all that home. I don't have room for anything. Anyway, just griping. All right, let's work on this saw. I've got to put a new pull starter rope on this. I've never done this before. I have broken down this saw a couple of times. And, you know, that's part of being a homesteader is learning this stuff and learning how to service equipment. And so let's just start by breaking down this saw and I'm trying to get through this coffee before it gets too cold. That is the lifeblood of a farm right there. So let's just take a look at this packaging here. 60 inches for snowblowers and generators. Okay, maybe I have the wrong thing. I may have the wrong thing here. My chainsaw kit. Okay, you're all going to have to forgive my completely unprofessional lighting, but anyway. Look at the shape it's in, man. Look at this. Well, I know, it's a working saw, right? So it's, but still, I'm guilty of the abuse that I've kind of given this saw. And my household is such that I'm not going to get another one just because I'm stupid and I broke this one or, you know, or treated it unfairly to the point where, you know, it needs to be replaced. But anyway. Well, okay, let's start by breaking the saw down. Then we're going to open the side of it because I'm going to get in here and clean all this stuff. Oh, first things first, got to take this hoodie off. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Oh, would you be mine? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? I don't know the rest of the words of this song. Am I even allowed to sing this song? Do I have the rights? Do I have the rights? Would you be mine? Just would you be mine? That's how that goes right there. Oh, man. Well, can't help but be beautiful. Break this bugger down here. Look at that. Terrible, terrible behavior to treat a saw like that. All the ports are clogged. What a disaster. So I understand that, you know, you got to use your tools. They're going to get dirty. And they're going to get all messed up. But, you know, maintaining the tools, like, you know, this is, by all accounts, as far as my wallet's concerned, it's an expensive saw. I don't know what I paid for it, but it was a long time ago. But anyway, you know, it's a nice, still MS-250. It's a little saw, but a mighty one. And it does everything I need it to do. And, you know, when I bought it from the guy, he says, oh, you're only ever going to need this one saw, but not if I'm treating it badly. Let's continue to break this. Well, yeah, let's open up the pull start, see what we got to deal with here. I did lie a little bit when I had said that I had never replaced a pull start before. It's not really all that true. And when this pull start broke the first time last year, I was out in the woods, and anyway, my neighbor Dale came to my rescue, and Merle, and we redid. We cut back the rope. We didn't actually replace the rope, so I've never actually replaced the pull start rope on this. Spacer that came out of that. Got to remember the spacer. That looks important. Trying to be careful taking this off. I don't want... oh, right. Okay, yeah. I think we've got to break this down just a little bit more. Yeah, look at this air filter. Look. Something to do with this goes underneath the plastic housing. Maybe I just pull a little bit. I'm just trying not to unspool the cable the rest of the way because I want to see how it's on there and duplicate that. Yeah, look, I got it. There it is right there. Okay. Here's the pull start. I have no idea how long it is supposed to be. Does that pull off of there or what happens with it? So it's going in this orientation. That's what I have to remember. Okay. There's a clip and everything. And then pliers. It's only that yay long. This pull cord looks like it's too thick. Or is that one just worn? Okay. Okay, so full disclosure, I didn't like the diameter of this rope as compared to the old rope. I kind of had this little epiphany that, well, maybe this isn't the right rope that I picked it up at Princess Auto, which is the Canadian equivalent to Princess Harbor Freight. Anyway, it just felt too thick for me, so I ran to the store right quick. First, I consulted with the YouTube gods, and I ran. This is all unnecessary. A few weeks ago, my buddy was coming out to deliver some stuff and to pick up some stuff. And when he did that, he stopped at the still dealer in town and picked up some pull cord rope for me for this saw. And I went and lost it. I can't find it anywhere. So that started a little hunt. So I was at Harbor Freight or Princess Auto the other day, and I found a pull cord. I was like, oh, sweet, pull cord, $3. Turns out wrong diameter. I think that's for a snowblower or a lawnmower pull start. So, much bigger diameter rope. So anyway, I just ran off to the hardware store here in the little village that I live in. And they had this entire kit there, which had a smaller diameter rope. And I think that we're in the ballpark here. So we're going to go ahead and install this one instead. It also came with a little pull handle, which I don't need because thankfully I kept the still one, which is great. So yeah, this is a much better diameter rope, and it's going to be a lot easier. Now there's a lot of it, so again, I'm going to consult the YouTube gods to find out how much of this I actually need. Measure that, cut it, singe it, do all that stuff. So let's get this saw back together. I think with a little bit of cleaning and some TLC, I think I avoided damaging it or ruining this saw. Okay, so here we are. We have the recoil doodad. That's the scientific term. Look it up. And we have what I would consider to be a stupid long rope right now. But here's what we're going to do. I don't know what the real length of this rope should be, so we're going to go ahead and install it, run it through the handle, figure out where that kind of maximum pull is with the recoil, and cut the rope afterwards, after we get it installed. I think that's the safest play. I was watching this YouTube channel, DonnyBoy73. So shout out to DonnyBoy73. I have no idea if he's still active or not. This was a video from 12 years ago. Luckily, this technology hasn't really changed. So I'm going to go ahead excuse me, and thread this rope through this part. Can you see that here? Threading it through here. And then I'm also going to thread it through the recoil. And I'm going to grab it with a pair of needle nose pliers in this hole once I get this threaded. Now, see if my chubby hands can handle this project. Or got to get my wife with her dainty hands in here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there, it's sticking through here. Okay, so we're to this point. What I've done is I've singed the end of this knot, I've put it in, and it's important that we make sure that that knot is sitting down inside this, plastic carrier. And now we're going to tension the rope. And this is, admittedly something I had to go to YouTube to figure out, okay? And this is going to be a little bit trial and error for me because I have such a long rope on here right now. But first I want to get this rope under tension. I want to get the handle on it so that I'm ready to knot the handle off. Okay, because in the same fashion that we did on the other side of the rope, we're going to knot this handle. Okay, so I'm temporarily on. I'm going to set that kind of over there a little bit, and now I'm going to tension this. The way you tension these chainsaw pull cords is you pull a little bit through, and then you kind of just start pulling. See how that's twisting, but I'm wrapping at the same time? That's going to tension it. And I can feel, oh, see, I just spun off. So I can feel the tension as I'm doing that. I can feel the tension in the room. So here, I'm going to continue doing that. 1, 2, oh, man. Okay, so this is going to be maddening. I believe that I have enough right there, okay? So, sorry if I'm blocking the road here, but, oh, shoot. I'm holding that tension right now with my thumb, and that doesn't hurt at all. Sometimes you gotta use your teeth. Okay, get that back on there. Don't mess this up, Jonny. Don't mess this up, you're so close. Okay. So I'm going to keep some tension on this. I'm going to pull this back just a little ways, okay? I'm going to drop the handle down as far as the case. Shoot! I keep dropping that. Okay. So, I got this here. Now I got the tension. Bada bing. Bada boom. Now, I am just guessing here. I'm putting a knot in here. That's going to get caught in the handle. Bada bing, bada boom. Let that tension go. Now the question is, do I have enough pull in that chainsaw to turn the motor over? And I believe that I do, but I'm going to put just a little bit more in this. Okay, just move this knot down just a little ways, like so. Put that back in the handle, and let's see. That's pretty good. So that's a pretty good pull of that chainsaw. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that all working. All right, we got it. So, and we got lots of cord left too, which is great. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to tighten that knot as much as I dare to. I'm going to cut this off right here. I'm going to singe the end of this. Here we go, back to crap that doesn't work. Whoa. Sorry I said that. Okay, it's melted. Gonna mash this into the desk just a little bit to make a little end on it. Bada bing, bada boom, pull start fixed. Pretty easy. It did take me looking up YouTube on a couple of things just to make sure I got it. All right, let's retool and get this saw cleaned up and sharpened up. Now, honestly, that's the way it should have looked when I put it away. You know, it's getting older now. I've had it for a few years. It's getting beat up. I use it in the woods, right? But to leave it the way that I left it is just not good. It's not fair. It's not, you know, if this thing could only talk to me about how it's feeling. And you want to take care of the tools. That's why I try to buy quality tools. Good names, because they're good names for a reason. So, you know, I've got a few bits of still equipment, you know, and some Husky. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see I've used it in a couple other videos, my big bush cutter. But this has been a great saw to me, and I just did not treat it very well. So, hey, let's spend the last couple minutes of this video sharpening up the chain, and then we'll do a little will it start video, see if I've got this pull start done up properly. If there's a liquid to spill, this cat's gonna spill it. For sure. Alright folks, that's the way that your saw is supposed to look. Well, you know, before you use it, of course. I should have cleaned it after that last go, and I should have fixed it right away, not let it freeze to the ground. That was bad. But in any case, we're all sharpened up, so now let's see if this thing's gonna start. It's been a few months since this sucker's been on. Now, the next time I tear down this saw, I'm actually going to remove the carburetor, clean the carburetor, do all that. You know, clean up the cylinder head, all that stuff. Like, just really do a deep clean of it. I didn't do that, so. And then, obviously, you want to stick some diesel inside your oil container and wash it all out and do all that stuff. But I didn't do that this time, so we're going to see if it's going to start at all. This used to be a 3-pull start. So the pull start's working. Ooh. Here we go, folks. Awesome. Thanks for joining me on this episode. Hey, look, the next episode, me and my buddy are going to do a little bit of work on the chicken coop. We've got a window to install, an electronic door. That's why I needed a saw. It's simply just going to be easier to make those cuts that I've got to make in that building with the chainsaw. So I'm glad I got this done. Catch us on the next episode while we drill some holes or cut some holes in things. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you on the next one.